but there was, so, okay. Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki, and today's video I am super excited about. It's gonna be a quick one, but I just wanted to give you guys a little update on our moving adventure. So, if you enjoyed this video or find it helpful, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get started. So, if you guys don't recognize where I am today, it is actually because I'm in our new house that we just moved into. So we moved in 2 days ago and we are finally done with everything with the process of selling our home and purchasing this new one. We ended up pretty much just moving down the street. We are, I think, like 6 minutes from our old house. So we really love this area, and it's so crazy because the reason I even found this house and like was really interested in it at first is because it's in the neighborhood that I always skate in, because in the old neighborhood I lived in, the streets were very rough and not paved very smoothly. So I would skate out of that neighborhood and to another one that was much more smooth, and that's actually where we live now, which is just the most insane thing. Because I'm not kidding, for 3 years I have skated this neighborhood and dreamt of living here because it's just so nice. It has a lot of wildlife because there are ponds everywhere, and it's just a nice area close to all the stuff that we want to be close to. So still going to be going to the same gym, still going to be doing everything the same, doing cookies and everything. And so yeah, I'm just super excited to update you guys with the news on that. And this has been one of the most stressful things that I've ever done in my life. I think all of us could say that, me, Adam, and Trevor. If you guys don't know Trevor, he lives with us and I've talked about him so many times, but if you're newer or haven't heard me talk about who he is, we started working with him at Potbelly a long time ago, actually. Now I don't even know how many years it's actually been, but Adam and I worked there, and actually Trevor and I got hired at the same time. We became really close friends with him, and then that was also when I was starting up my cookie business, and so he would start helping me with that because it got kind of crazy out of control. And for a few years he was just helping me take care of orders and stuff like that, and it was so much he ended up moving in with us in our last house that we just sold. And so when we moved this time, of course he's coming with us, and he's here now. So he is excited, Adam's excited, I'm excited, but this has been so stressful for all of us. Even the dogs, honestly, have been so stressed out through all of this. We can tell, especially with Pluto. Maggie just seems exhausted now, but Pluto's been really anxious. He always is a really anxious dog. It's nice to finally just be able to breathe. I've been waiting for this moment for the past 2.5 months, and so it's nice to just feel that weight off my shoulder and feel like, even though we have so much work ahead of us, it's like a relief knowing that we're here, this is settled. Hi Maggie, come here. Come here. Hi, okay. But even though we have so much to get done still, knowing that we're just here and everything is done with selling our house and buying this one and the financing and everything like that, it has been an experience. And so I'm happy to just be here. But I just wanted to kind of talk about our experience and give you guys an update, because I feel like past 2 months, like I said, they've like flown by, but at the same time, they've been the longest 2 months of my life. I've really tried to stay consistent with content and try to include this stuff because I want to be real and show you guys like how I do manage to get through stressful times like this and stay on track. And it has been a challenge, and I'll make some more videos about what we really did that really helped us. But I just wanted to give you guys the update that we are here, and it is even better than we could have dreamt of. This is truly my dream house that we have. I don't ever want to leave it. If I was a homebody before, which I've always been a homebody, I'm going to never leave my house again after this, because every room, everything about it, it is just made for us, honestly. When we first found it, we thought it was kind of just like different. I don't know, it was unique and I feel like a little outdated. Really interesting things about it, like the fact that there's carpet in the kitchen and the bathrooms, but we're taking care of that. We're actually gonna be ripping it out and installing luxury vinyl plank. That's what we're gonna be doing with the flooring. Yeah, I'm gonna be showing everything along the way, and of course I'm gonna give you guys a tour. I'm not doing it yet because I have so much stuff everywhere. We actually already replaced the flooring in the cookie room yesterday. Trevor and his parents were able to come and do the entire thing. They ripped out the carpet that was in the cookie room, and then they put in the vinyl plank. That's really exciting. My plan for today is actually to get that all set up, and then, like I said, once there's like room to walk, because like even the room that I'm in right now, there is stuff all over the floor. But I'm so excited to be sharing this experience with you guys in this journey. This is a dream come true and something that I've been working towards for a long time. All of us have. And something about this house, it's just so perfect for what we do with my cookie business. The fact that I have a cookie room, we have room in the basement to set up a gym area. I have this room where I'm going to have my office for filming videos and everything. And then the kitchen is my dream kitchen, guys. I just like, I went to the gym this morning and the whole time I was there, I did like a 45-minute workout. It was very quick, in and out, because the whole time I was there, I just wanted to come back and look at my kitchen cabinets because I already started organizing them, and I can't even explain how much of a dream this is. So I feel like I'm just like all over the place. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I'm just happy that we're here and that we're done with the selling process. So like I said, I was gonna kind of go into that. We decided so last minute, I don't know what it was. I just had a feeling that it was time to move. And honestly, we've been kind of struggling for a while just with space and having too many things in our house for the size of the house that it was. And again, running my cookie business, I have so much stuff. Like, this whole room out here is just all the stuff that needs to go in the cookie room, and it's like mind-blowing to me that it's all stuff for my business. I didn't realize how much I actually had packed in that last cookie room. And even with the kitchen, with all the different things that I need, because I have so many different like utensils and seasonings and foods and all this different stuff, because that's what my content's based around, that's what I'm passionate about. So those were the two areas especially where I felt so like cluttered and I just wanted more space. That was one of the biggest reasons we decided to sell our house and move. We loved our house, and it kind of was just that we outgrew it, especially for 3 adults and 2 dogs. But we really just decided that we wanted to make a change and get some more space. And to me, it almost kind of felt like starting my weight loss journey, because I was feeling so out of control and helpless with our house. And like I said, just like the clutter and just feeling like we needed to get out of there and find somewhere else. And so it just was like one day I was like, okay, maybe I'll start packing up my stuff and we'll see where this goes. I was kind of scared to tell Adam and Trevor because I didn't know how they would react. And I actually told Trevor first. I just kind of asked him about it and I was like, what's your idea about this? And he was on board right away. I mentioned it to Adam. He was on board right away. I think he was at work that day. And by the time Adam got home that day, Trevor and I had already packed up like half of our stuff because we were just so excited and ready to do it. And we all kind of felt like the time was right. When we did that, we contacted a realtor that is my mom's friend. She was amazing through this whole process, and I feel so bad that she's had to go through just all the stress of this, but honestly, she's been amazing. So if you need a realtor and you're local to me, let me know and I'll give you her information because she's awesome. So thank you, Jennifer. But anyway, we reached out to her and just kind of asked what the first steps were. This was our first time ever selling a house. That was our first house that we had gotten back in 2017. And so we didn't really know the whole process. We kind of remembered how the process went for buying a home, but we didn't know anything about selling. And it was stressful. Right away, we knew we had some projects around the house to tackle. And so we did that first and got a lot of our stuff cleared out. We rented a storage unit and then also used my mom's basement and Trevor's parents' basement. And so we were really ready to go. It was so stressful because again, I couldn't pack up stuff for my cookie room because I had orders already set. We just made this decision last minute and I had orders that were set for a long time before that. So through all of this, I've had to continue doing cookies, cake pops, Rice Krispies and pretzels, and just like different desserts like that for custom orders. And so that was pretty stressful with everything. I really didn't have a hard time keeping up with filming videos just because it's just become such a routine for me and I really do enjoy it so much. And I enjoy cookies, but even more so cookies feel more like my job than this does, even though this has kind of become a job for me as well. So I just enjoy it so much and it was pretty easy for me to stay consistent with it. The harder thing was definitely the cookie orders. Again, that was more because it was like the physical stuff being there in the kitchen and everything. So we didn't list our house right away. We kind of were watching to see if anything popped up on the market because there wasn't much available in the price range we were looking for. There was one house for sale in the neighborhood that I love to skate in. And like I said, this is just like a dream neighborhood. I would dream to live on the street that I live on right now because of skating and because of just the neighborhood. Like I said, it's just beautiful over here. But there was one home listed and it was way out of our price range. And even looking at the pictures, I just thought like this seemed really overpriced for what it was. I just didn't really like the home from the pictures. So I really didn't even want to see it that badly. With the private listing network now that they have for realtors, they can list homes that aren't fully active, but it can kind of give you like a heads up, like this home's coming soon. And there was a house on there that I really, really liked. I loved the location. It's not in the neighborhood that I'm in now, but it was pretty close and everything about the house seemed perfect. So I was hoping that they would list that house in time that we could get it because it said their list date was gonna be like a month later. And we were gonna kind of bank on that maybe and hope that that home would be a possibility. But our realtor said we should just go see some houses. But we decided to come see the house that was in the neighborhood that I loved, that I said was pretty much out of our budget. And I didn't really have interest from the pictures, but we just thought maybe it would be fun to just come and do it and see what it was like. So we came to see the house, but we walked in and I did think it was really weird that the kitchen had carpet. I feel like that right away, I was like, something about the house, it felt like a museum to me when we walked in. I don't know why, we all just like felt like it didn't feel real. I don't know. It was just a really weird feeling, but we wanted to go in with a positive mindset and just have fun with it and just see a house. And so we started going from room to room, and I think at like the same second for all of us, we were like, we actually really like this place. And I started to fall in love with the kitchen right away, actually looking at the fridge and the cabinets and everything, and just seeing all the little details that they really put into this house. By the time we were in the basement and looking at stuff, we were freaking out in love with this house, and everything about it like seemed like it was made for us. Because like I said, one of the biggest things, and Trevor does a lot of repurposing with clothing, he screen prints, he resells clothing, thrifting and vintage and stuff like that. So he does a lot of that, and he has a lot of inventory. And so we wanted a lot of storage space for that, because again, he does that out of the house. So it's like we're running multiple businesses out of our home, and we needed more space for it. And it was to the point where I was even thinking about like renting out a place, like a kitchen or something like that, just something where we could have more space, but this was way better. So anyway, we wanted to find somewhere that had a lot of extra storage, because we even have the storage unit right now and we actually like having that extra space. But when we went in the basement and then saw the crawl space was the size of like 3 storage units, we lost it because it was just so perfect. That's exactly what we needed. And also the room down there for Trevor is so perfect. So like I said, I'm gonna give you guys a tour, and I just can't wait. We were freaking out by the end of the showing, and we loved the house. So we knew we couldn't afford it. It was, like I said, out of our price range, and we wanted to make an offer, which we did. So we did a lower offer, and they countered back to us. We countered again, and they accepted. So we ended up putting an offer on the first house that we saw. We only ended up seeing one more house after that. After going to that house and thinking about the house that we're in now, it was just like so obvious to us that this was meant to be our house. We couldn't believe they accepted our offer. We were so happy about it. And then we realized, okay, now we need to list our house, because the thing about this house was that it was for sale for a while, and they didn't care about us having the contingency of selling our home. So that really, really helped us, especially in this market right now, because it is so competitive. So we told them we were gonna list by the end of the week. We did that, and right away we started getting a bunch of showings. At first it was kind of upsetting because a lot of people were just saying they didn't like the layout, they didn't like that the kitchen was downstairs, and we were starting to feel just like so panicked, even though it was just like the first day. When you start getting the feedback back and people are saying like, it's a great house, but we don't like the layout, and multiple people were saying that, we started to kind of panic a little. But we just kept getting out of the house for the showings, had a bunch of them, and then I think we got an offer the second day. And yeah, the second day we got an offer, we accepted it, and then we went through the inspection. We had the attorney review period, and we were so stressed during those 5 days just waiting to hear back from them. And it seemed like everything was good. We didn't hear anything until the last couple hours of the last day of the attorney review period. They terminated their contract, didn't give us a reason, they didn't tell their realtor. It was just their attorney emailed our attorney, and then that's how we found out. So we keep making jokes with our attorney that now anytime we get an email from him, we panic, because they were like telling us that we were terminating the contract, and that was just like the most heartbreaking thing to receive, when we're also really stressed about the fact that we now have a house, and so we have to sell our house even faster because of it. That was really upsetting, but we just kind of reevaluated and decided to relist, and we got a bunch more showings right away, got an offer, and accepted it. Then pretty much the same thing happened. They had the inspection, and then they backed out after the inspection during the attorney review period. They didn't wait the full 5 days. I think they waited 3 or 4 days, but they did end up terminating the contract. Same type of thing where they went to the attorney, they didn't go to the realtor. And so it was just, that was also like a really stressful thing, is not knowing what was going on, why their realtor didn't know that they were backing out. And so they terminated that. We tried to offer them a credit if there was something wrong with the inspection, because we didn't know. We sold the house as is, and we had it listed as is, but we were still willing to, oh, sleepy girl, she just laid on me. But we were still willing to work with them and give credits or figure something out if there was something we didn't know about or anything else we could do to make it work out. So they said no to that, and they backed out. They were looking to make it a rental. So I think that they just didn't want to have to put work into it, and it needed some work. And when they found out how much work it needed, they just decided to back out. Then we really started to panic, because again, we were getting to the deadline. We didn't have a deadline because there was no contingency, but still we didn't want to push it off. We didn't want anything to get in the way of getting to our dream home. We decided to do a major price cut and relist. And we made it clear that we had reduced the price to reflect the different upgrades that the home needed. And right away we started getting some showings. And actually our first showing, I think we had like 4 or 5 the first day back relisted, and the first showing that we had offered on the house, and we accepted it. So Every single time it was like very quick, which was really, really nice. That definitely did help, but it was just so much anxiety around it after because we thought that it would be the same thing through the attorney review period. The inspections were so stressful, but they had the inspection, said everything was great, and he loved the house. He loved everything about it, super excited about it, and his realtor kept saying like, yeah, everything's good, everything's good. And then the next day we got a termination email. So he decided that it had too much to do unless we were going to drop the price more. So at that point we decided that we couldn't go through this again. Even just getting the dogs out of the house for the showings, and again having our businesses out of the house and everything like that, trying to move the stuff out, and it was just so stressful. It felt like I couldn't be settled for any time at all, any day for the past 2 months. Like I was so unsettled the entire time through this. So we decided to work with him and give him the price cut that he was wanting, and we agreed on an amount, and then everything was good, and we just had to get through the next like 3 weeks after that point. That was the longest 3 weeks ever, but it was just pretty much us packing and getting ready to move. Then we did have another hiccup because we had some issues with the closing dates. So we needed to sell our house to be able to buy the new one because we were using the proceeds from the sale to purchase our new one. That meant that we had to schedule the closing in the morning for the sale of our house and in the evening for the purchase of our house. But the way it was set up with the attorneys was that we were going to be closing on our sale of our house a week before we'd be able to buy our house because the seller's attorney was out of town for 2 weeks in Europe. So he said that it had to be 2 dates, and those dates didn't line up with the date that we'd be selling our house. And then the person who was buying our house didn't want to switch the date either. He was already set on that date. So we had a little bit of a panic moment where we were trying to decide where we were going to go for a week and how I was going to do cookie orders for a week if we didn't have a house, what was going to go on with that. So that was really stressful for a little, but our attorney and our realtor, everyone was able to work it out, and we were able to have the closings on the same day, and that's how everything worked out. That's where we're at. Everything is done now. It is 2 days after the closings. We have sold our house. It was a really bittersweet moment, honestly, because first of all, we were just stressing the last day to get out of the house, and I wanted to kind of like have a second to just like look around and like feel sad about it, I guess. There definitely were tears. Trevor and I cried. Adam didn't cry. I was surprised by that, but he said he did later. It was definitely a bittersweet moment because we've had so many memories there, and that house has been such an amazing place for us for so long. It's just we really outgrew it for all of us. And so now that we're here, we definitely feel much more like adults. I can't even explain how different this feels. And I feel like now I just kind of understand things a little bit more, even after going through our inspection here and trying to fix some things up and stuff. Like, it does feel different this time around. I feel much more mature about it, which of course I am. I'm not 22 like I was when I bought the first house. And so I just feel really good about it. But anyway, I know I've been all over the place and this has just been the most crazy experience, but I just wanted to share with you guys because as this has all been going on, I've just been thinking about sharing with you and how excited I am to share my kitchen and my cookie room and my organization, because I have wanted to be an organized person. I'm pretty messy, and when I have it set up, I can stick to it, but I just had no setup in the last place because I didn't have space for it. So now that I have space, I've already done so much organizing, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys and get tips from you guys. I even want to include that more in my content with just like more cleaning, because when we were leaving our last house, I was really learning the proper ways to clean and stuff. And it honestly just felt really good. I feel like I never really took the time to just like clean properly all the time in our old house. And I want to stick to that as well. So I want to do some type of like cleaning chart or something. I don't know, but I want to include that and just start doing that more. I feel like it's going to be so amazing. So we even have a central vac here, which I've never even seen before. And it is so cool. I'm so excited about it. But anyway, like I said, I'll be giving you guys an updated home tour very soon. My next video that I'm posting is actually going to be in the old house because we did a little cottage cheese recipe video before we left so that I would have a video for this week. But I'll have some updated videos soon with the tour and just showing you guys around. So thank you guys so much for being a part of my journey. Thank you guys for following along, giving me all your advice along the way. Seriously, I feel like I have so much support from you guys and I just appreciate it so much. And I just know that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for you guys and just all the changes that we've made and the work we've put in to kind of turn our life around and just, I don't know, learn to really take care of ourselves and take care of our health. And I don't know, I feel good. So I really appreciate you guys and I'm really excited to share this with you. So yeah, thank you guys for following along. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Finally, I have the update I've been wanting to give you guys, and I'm super excited to show you guys the tour. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Adam and Trevor are out of the house right now returning the truck, so that's why they're not here. This is weird that I have the house to myself, but yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.